what's up? Hope we're all doing amazing. Today I just want to talk about something really interesting. Jesus is enough, man. Jesus is enough. Because I've realized a lot of the times when we choose Jesus, we think Jesus is just supposed to give us things. We think he's just supposed to do this, do that. I think he's just supposed to give me a new house, give me a new car, give me new friends, give me a girlfriend, and then I'm done with you. But then we don't even realize that most times, if God did give us these things, we would abandon him. We would abandon him. We would never call on his name again. We would never do that. Unless he has rooted you completely in himself. Otherwise, we would just abandon him. We would never call on him. Like, I'm done with you, bye. That's what would happen. And we can say, no, that won't happen. It's exactly what would happen. Because even God said himself that most times people are asking for things, but then now when he blesses them, they forget that God is the one who gave them these things. And I'm just here to tell you right now, Jesus is enough, man. We're not choosing Jesus because he can give us things, because he can give us a new house, a new car, God is so much more than just a giver, a blesser. He's so much more than that. He's the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords, man. And he is holy. There's a reason why the angels and the elders and all the creation go and bow down before the Lord. There's a reason why the sun is there when it's meant to be. There's a reason why everything happens as it's meant to. Because nothing would dare go against the Lord's word, man. Nothing would ever dare go against the Lord's word. So it's crazy that we as people think we can do that with God, man. We think we can just go and get something from God and then leave him alone. I'm not here to call anyone out, but these are realities that people end up facing, and they wonder why God isn't as close to them anymore. They wonder why God isn't really, there. But it's because we forsake God, man. We disobey God. We don't choose God like that, man. I'm just here to let you know, Jesus is enough, man. He doesn't have to give you things for you to be satisfied in him, for you to be complete and whole with him. He's enough just as he is. All the other things are a blessing that he will give you if it's his will for you. But he's enough. And I want to tie this to scripture because in the prodigal son story, the prodigal son, and now he ran away and all that. He ran away, messed up, came back. So now there's another person we rarely ever talk about, and this is the brother. And I find in this story, no word is wasted. No word in this story is wasted. So now the prodigal son comes back. Now the dad, the father, he celebrates. He's like, let's have a party, all that. So now the brother of this prodigal son, he kind of catches feelings. He's kind of upset about it. He's like, so now I don't know what happens to where now him and the dad are talking. But then now him and the dad are talking, and the son is upset. He's like, Dad, I'm always here. I'm always obeying you. I'm always tending to the sheep. I'm always doing what I'm supposed to do. But you've never ever celebrated for me. You've never ever gotten the fattest calf and celebrated me, and yet I'm always here doing what I need to do. And the father said something so interesting. He said, but everything I have is already yours. Everything I have is already yours, man. God doesn't have to give you things because he's already given you everything. We need to realize that life in Jesus is so much more than this physical world. It's so much more than just things. It's so much more than that, man. There's salvation, there's peace, there's joy, there's abundance of blessings waiting for you in heaven. We think down here is where it's at. This down here is nothing. It is nothing, man. It's like going to a 5-star, it's like going to a 10-star restaurant. Only getting one appetizer and then leaving saying, man, I'm full, I've tried everything out, it was great, I'm done. No, there's so much more. There's so much more when it comes to Jesus, man. There is so much more. There was a time Jesus told me that those who are faithful with a few things will be put faithful over a lot, much, much, much more. And at first I was like, oh, that's great. Maybe if you're faithful in a small area in your life, now he'll put you over more stuff in this physical world. That's what I thought. Okay, maybe he'll raise you up or vindicate you. Until I realized it. And then now another time, because he's told me this like a few times, then I think about the fourth or fifth time, it clocked, it hit me. It's like, wait a minute. God is so much bigger and greater than this physical world, man. When he's saying, I will put you faithful over much, he's not talking about this world, not about the things and the systems and the ways of this world. He's talking about heavenly realities we can't even understand, that he will literally give us domain over, man. Because when you realize that the spiritual world is so much greater than we can ever realize, it starts to hit different, man. And then I can understand why people don't want to get into this stuff too much, because it can kind of mess your head a bit. Because when I first started finding about angels and all that, they actually scared the heck out of me. They scared me so much. But then I ended up realizing, bro, God is so much greater than this physical world. He's literally saying in his word in Revelation, I go to prepare a place for you. If it wasn't so, I wouldn't tell you. But he's literally preparing a place for us in heavenly realms, man. In heaven, in cities of gold and beauty and just so much more than we can ever realize. When I tell you, God is way more than just giving us things. He's much more than just a giver of physical things. Bro, God can give you access to things you can't even understand right now, man. When it hit me, oh my days, God can put you as over so much more. And the confirmation of this is Elijah. I think it's Elijah, but we'll say it's Elijah because he didn't die. He was taken up to heaven. Imagine that. So this guy, he was such a faithful person of God. He was so righteous. This guy was righteous, man. He was so righteous to the point where he could call down fire from heaven if he spoke a word against you, which he spoke a word against some guys. Let me even just tell you this story real quick, man. This guy had bullies, and these bullies, they're always making fun of this guy. And so now this guy, they didn't know this guy was truly anointed of God. He was literally like, he was with God, basically. He was with God. And you know, God takes the words of his anointed very seriously. He takes their words very seriously. So now I got to a point where these bullies, they kept bullying him. So now I got to a point where this guy, he was done with that. He cursed them. And I think a few days or a week later or a month later, these guys were attacked by bears. They were attacked by bears, man. Bro, we should not, hey bro, I'm telling you, don't joke with God's people. When he says, touch not my anointed ones, God is not joking. These guys were attacked by bears, man. They were destroyed completely. Oh, bro, it's crazy, man. Anyway, I've digressed. The main point of this was Elijah was so righteous, he was called up to heaven. He didn't die, he was called up to heaven. And now this guy, this is where this scripture really, really came into play. He says, you've been faithful over a few things. This world, God is calling this world a few things. You've been faithful over a few things. Because he did what he was meant to do in the eyes of the Lord. I will put you faithful over much. Do you know that this guy, I've spoken to him before, man. That's how I'm telling you, this guy, it's not a joke, bro. This stuff is not a joke. The spiritual world is not a joke. Angels are not a joke. Jesus is not a joke. When he's telling you he's going to put you faithful over many things, bro, that is many things. He calls this world few things. This world is not where it's at, man. So this guy was raised up, because there was a time I've spoken to him, bro. It was so crazy. It actually blew my mind, man. It actually blew my mind. This guy, he's literally, because you know, in the heavenly realms, there's ranks and all that. This guy was put over everything. He's literally like God's right hand man. Literally, he is literally God's right hand man. This guy has powers and things that we can't even know about, man. Bro, I'm telling you, God is not a joke. God is so much more than this physical world, man. Because this guy has been given access to realms and realities that we do. Oh my days, bro. God is so much more. God is so much more than things. Because this guy, he's called Metatron now. You can go and research him. I don't know if he was Elijah or someone else, but he literally became Metatron. And this guy is literally one of the highest ranking angels in the heavenly realms right now. It's not a joke, bro. This guy is like God's right hand man. Oh my days. And that means power, bro. Oh my guys. Let's take God seriously. Let's not joke around with God and think God is just a big joke and he can't really do things for you. This guy Metatron is literally God's right hand man, bro. Just think about that, man. Think about what it means to be someone's right hand man. Because in the story of Joseph, Joseph became the right hand man of, I think, Pharaoh. Bro, basically Joseph had access to all things, all his resources, everything, bro. Only Pharaoh was above him. And Joseph had power, bro. He had power, man. People in the region had to go to him, you know, so they can do something, bro. That's just how much power he was given. This is now in heavenly realms, man. God is not a joke, man. We should stop taking God as just a small God who just does small things with small hands and small, bro. Let's get serious about God, man. I'm just trying to let you know there's so much more that you can find and receive and get if we choose to be faithful in Jesus, man. It's not just about things. He's given you access to all things, man. Everything is yours. And I like how it said, if he was willing to give Jesus, if he was willing to sacrifice his own son, what wouldn't he give you? He's given us access to these things. That's why Metatron now is literally living out this promise. He's literally living it out. And so many others are literally living this out. Because there's also the 24 elders. They have thrones next to God. This is not a joke. God is not a joke, man. This is serious stuff, man. There is so much more to this world than just things. These heavenly realms that we can literally be a part of and literally be among God's faithful ones and help God in running this stuff, man. This is not a joke, bro. God literally let his son die for us so he can give us everything. I mean, we can say I'm not Elijah, man. That nigga was but we can still be faithful. We can still be faithful because at the end of the day, all the angels and all these guys, they're happy in heaven. And we can literally join them there. Instead of focusing so much on this world, our car, our house, all this, all that, we can literally realize there's so much more to this world. So much more to life that we've not even found or realized or understood. And let me even close off with this. Scripture says that no eye has seen, no ear has heard the things God has planned for those who love him. Bro, we have to stop sleeping on God, bro. God is not a small God who does small things. God creates God created everything. We have to stop sleeping on him, man. You know, it's crazy, man. Because literally this guy Metatron, because I didn't know who he was, but I had seen him. I had seen a video about him sometime. Then I was like, oh, okay. So I just said, let me talk to him. Because I was just fascinated. I was like, let me just try talking to this guy. He literally responded, man. Oh my days, bro. It's crazy. You know, when you stop acting like this stuff is not real. This stuff is real, man. When you find angels actually talking to you and helping you out and showing up for you, that's when you realize, by the way, this stuff is not a joke. Man, I can come here and tell you for a fact, this stuff is not a joke, man. I want to choose to be faithful, by the way. If you all don't want to do that, that's you, bro. But I choose to be faithful. Because this guy Metatron was a human just like us. The 24 elders were human just like us. And they have thrones and they have all this access in the heavenlies. They get to sit around God, man. Let's come up higher, please. Let's come up higher. Let's stop focusing so much on this world. Let's come up higher. Because this world will fade away either way. If I died tomorrow, I don't think anything about this world would even have ever mattered. I would be dead. I wouldn't care anymore. You know. So let's come up higher, guys. God is so much more than just things. He's so much more than that. And the best part about God is He's a friend you can have and place your faith in. So it's just a pure benefit in every sense of the word. Let's come up higher, guys.